Hey there, I'm Bob right here, and I'm talking to you about rotator cuff surgery and some of the things you can do to enhance your healing from rotator cuff surgery. I want to make a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, a nurse, a physical therapist, a lawyer, a grave digger, or any other kind of healthcare professional. I'm just a schmuck who had this rotator cuff surgery, learned a few things, and I'd like to share them with you. Okay, this video is going to deal with the big bad problem of constipation. And the constipation comes from the pain pills that you will be prescribed. When I got my pain pills prescribed, I decided, well, I'll just see what's going to happen. The doctor also prescribed some stool softeners. And I said, I may or may not need those. So I took a few pain pills and so on, and didn't take the stool softeners until later. Well, it was a big mistake. Always take the stool softeners with your pain medication, because your pain medication is a narcotic. It's an opiate, and what it does, it slows things down. It kind of deadens the nerves, and it slows the digestive processes down. Now, during the time that this food is going through your intestines, your colon, and so on and so forth, the intestines pull water out of this food and nutrients. And so by the time it gets to the very end, when you're taking these pain pills, you've got a bunch of solid rocks down there that feel like they're lodged in there sideways, and it hurts. I've actually talked to people who said they're not going to take the pain pills because the constipation is actually more painful than the shoulder injury. Well, I wouldn't agree with that, but you can have the best of both worlds here. So number one, first pain pill you take, you start taking that stool softener. That's one thing. The next thing you can do, and these are some natural things you can do that can aid you with your digestion of all these things. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is flaxseed meal. Okay, that is a great fiber that will help things along, that will keep that water in that food and keep it moving out the back door. So I'm going to show you some things about using it. But you can put it on, we've put it on oatmeal and so on and so forth. I have a fantastic breakfast here that I eat every morning, and I'm going to show you that. The other thing is what your grandma said, prunes. These suckers really, really do work. Now, if you'll look inside there, those suckers look nasty as can be, don't they? But don't let that deceive you. They are delicious. They have a wonderful taste to them. They're very sweet, very fruity, and 3 or 4 of those a day can just help immensely in your digestion. So, okay, here's what I have for breakfast in the morning. I'll take a granola type cereal. This particular type is Go Lean. Okay, and pour a little bit in the bottom of a bowl. See there? About that much. Yeah, just a little in the bottom. Not a whole lot. Okay. Take a little bit of flax here. I'm using my left hand to pour it, so I've got to be careful not to overdo it. About that much. About a tablespoon or so. Not a whole lot. That's what it takes. Okay. The next thing will be yogurt. Okay, now this particular is Dannon Light. You can use any kind of yogurt that you want. I like the fruit on the bottom. But, so anyway, you notice I'm kind of holding it with my right hand, and I'm going to hold this spoon with my right hand and actually turn the container so that it comes out of there into the bowl. Okay, and I'm still resting my arm in the sling while I do this and not doing much motion, so trying not to damage that. I like to reiterate the fact that we want to keep that arm like a wet noodle, because that promotes the healing. Okay, there you go. Yogurt, flax, and then top it off with some of these delicious blueberries. I like the wild kind. They're smaller, and they do have a tendency to melt. These are frozen blueberries, incidentally. Just a few of those in there. Okay. Now, seal that up. Okay, I'm going to hold this right here in this hand, support it, not move it, stir it up real good. Da, 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 da. And look at that. That is absolutely delicious. Get that dry old granola and flax all mixed into the yogurt. And by your time you're done with it, that's a delicious breakfast. Has lots of protein in it. Protein is very, very essential to your healing because you're building new cells and so on. The good protein diet will aid in that, so it has protein. So, and there it is. That's pretty well what you have for breakfast, and it is delicious. So that pretty well takes care of it. I hope you pay good attention to this and do what you can, because as I say, the constipation can be a real problem if you don't take care of it. Nip it in the bud before it starts. And I wish all of you happy healing and 100% recovery.